I'm Gina Cheatham.
And I'm Ivy Hartman. And welcome to the Daily Mix. That's right. Snaps for the Daily Mix.
That's our new thing. But last week we celebrated your birthday, and tonight we're celebrating a couple of milestone birthdays. And this one birthday we're all thrilled to celebrate. Since March 1941, M&M's milk chocolate candies have been melting in your mouth and not in your hands. That's right, making us all just a little bit happier.
For sure.
For the past 75 years, the fans have made M&M's the iconic and beloved chocolate brand that it is today. So, Mars Chocolate North America celebrating their anniversary and bringing the celebration to their fans all year long, Ivy.
Perfect, Gina. And they're taking the celebration up a notch with the launch of what they're calling their largest marketing campaign in the brand's history. The marketing campaign is called Celebrate the M. Yep.
How perfect.
I know, right? Putting it out there. It's going to include star-studded events, product innovation, iconic collaborations, and unexpected partnerships. This will all help cement the brand's spot in pop culture history. So you can get in on the action of this epic birthday by getting exclusive one-of-a-kind experiences by following hashtag #CelebrateWithM or going to any of the M&M social media sites that we've listed on the screen there.
How fun is that? I've always wanted to dress up as an M&M, and of course, what color do you think I'd be?
I think you'd be lovely in green.
Those are my favorite. What about you?
Yeah, I'd be green too. That's why I know you want to be green.
So we can be just like, we can be the twins.
And I hope I look that good when I'm 75 years old. Way to go, M&M.
All right. And it's the 25th year celebration of, guess what?
Something about dogs?
You're exactly right. We are celebrating the fact that Labrador Retrievers are the top dog once again for the 25th year in a row.
Yeah, America's most popular breed. Can you believe it? I guess I can. Everybody's mixing something with a Labrador, right? So the American Kennel Club says that labs are known for being intelligent, easygoing, and extremely friendly. Yes, they are. And they've held this top spot for longer than any other breed since the AKC started counting in the 1880s. So rounding out the other top 5 breeds are German Shepherds, Golden Retrievers, Bulldogs, and Beagles.
You know what? I'm surprised Doberman Pinschers didn't make that, because you know German Shepherds, Doberman Pinschers, but especially the poodles.
Oh, poodles, but
I love
why
a
not?
poodle.
There, yep,
I used to have a peekapoo.
Hey, speaking of our four-legged friends,
anyone with a dog can attest to their magical ability to promote emotional and mental health in their human companions. The mere act of petting a dog can not only reduce stress hormones and produce stress relief hormones, but can help lower blood pressure and improve one's self-esteem.
And so for all these reasons, colleges all over are employing dogs in the service of de-stressing students, particularly during finals and midterms. So if you're a student feeling down or stressed, you can check out a therapy dog for 15 to 20-minute sessions, either by yourself or in groups of 4. There are also therapy dogs that help comfort students who are having a difficult time or just missing their own pets at home. And pet hug events take place all throughout the academic year because they become so useful and successful to students. Isn't that, and just by the look on your face, you can tell, because, right, that it has
when I start talking
impact.
about my dog, I always get all teary-eyed and whatnot. He passed away after 17 years.
But on that note, let's get started on today's Daily Mix.
Check it out.
With spring in the air, now's the perfect time to get outdoors and enjoy free fun in your local city park. That's right. USA recently asked a team of park and planning experts to help nominate the top city parks in the United States. 60 parks were in consideration and eventually narrowed down to 20 of the best.
And the exciting news is, no surprise, St. Louis Forest Park is not only in the running, but currently sits at number 1. And there is still time to vote for your favorite once per day until polls close on Monday, March 28th at noon Eastern Time. Just go online to 10best.com and you can look for all of the awards /travel/best-city-park. We'll get it up there on the screen for you. Just go online and vote to help make St. Louis the best park, Forest Park. Yeah.
I cannot believe we beat out Central Park.
I thought the same thing. I was
Oh
really
my
excited.
gosh, very. Woo,
Way
go
to go,
St. Louis. Now, speaking of Go St. Louis, U.S. Rep. William Lacy Clay is hosting a small business exporter forum with Export-Import Bank Chairman and President Fred Hochberg.
The forum is designed to assist small businesses and local manufacturers to help learn how to expand their companies through international trade.
Thank you, Ivy.
Yeah.
The Export-Import Bank supports more than 20,000 jobs in Missouri and has helped generate $1.3 billion in exports from our slate over the past 5 years. The forum takes place on Friday, March 11th at 9 a.m. In the Barcelona conference room at Worldwide Technology. And you can RSVP at
www.lacyclay.house.gov/events. Right there on the screen. We made it easy.
There you go.
Absolutely. I know we have to read them, Gina, but they're a mouthful, right? All the slashes and the dots and the backslashes. Hey, listen, people, just look at the screen or Google it.
Oh. Now, here's some good news for employees of Costco Wholesale Corporation. The company is raising its minimum wage for the first time in 9 years by $1.50 an hour. Well, it's been nine years since the company has increased the entry-level wage. Costco increases the wages for the employees at the top 65% of the pay scale every year.
Wow, that's interesting. Well, the second largest U.S. retail will start paying $13.35 an hour, which is up from $11.50 and up $12 an hour. Costco's highest hourly pay is about $22.50, and the company plans to give those workers about a 2.5% raise this year. Costco didn't say just how many of its 117,000 full-time employees would get a raise. Now, this news came recently after Costco reported an almost 9% drop in profit during the second quarter.
Oh, wow. I can't believe that. Everybody goes to Costco.
Well, you know, in St. Louis and I think the Midwest, I feel like there's probably more Sam's Club, you know, their competitor locations, I would think.
I could see that a little bit. I could see that a little bit.
Yeah.
But thank God they're
Helping
their employees make more money and be able to survive.
Absolutely.
Okie dokie. Well, there's some more positive news to share with you today. St. Louis College of Pharmacy and Harris Stowe State University recently created a dual degree program allowing students to earn a Bachelor of Science in Biology from Harris Stowe and a Doctor of Pharmacy from the College of Pharmacy in 7 years. Work on this partnership between two of St. Louis's historic institutions of higher education has been underway for more than a year.
I'm really excited they're announcing this. The dual degree program will allow students to pursue a Doctor of Pharmacy degree by completing 3 years of study in the biology pre-pharmacy track at Harris Stowe, and then their fourth year working on their Doctor of Pharmacy, 4th through 7th year working on their Doctor of Pharmacy at the St. Louis College of Pharmacy. So administrators at both schools recognize this collaboration as being inventive and necessary, and an opportunity for the institutions to increase the number of underrepresented students in this field.
Wow.
Bravo!
Well, let me just say this.
Yes.
My niece will be graduating from Hampton University with her Doctor of Pharmacy. But perhaps,
I love Hampton.
had we had this program then, she would have stayed right here at home.
Hampton's great HBCU, awesome location.
Oh, what you know about an HBCU? See, that's why I like her. That's why I like her. Now, not so...
We're not sure about this story, but we're going to throw it out there with you, okay?
The nation's improving crime rates. A number of large U.S. cities are still especially dangerous in 2015.
We all know St. Louis saw a rise in homicides.
Right, 65%. And predictions are that it could increase in 2016 because it remains one of the most dangerous cities in America. There's a need for action, and it's coming in the way of an event called The Move. Planned for March 19th, The Move is being organized by individuals mourning the loss of loved ones to crime and violence, and the individuals who know the needs and realities that have caused this crisis. Better Family Life is turning to those with the most influence, street-level rappers, and the men and women from high-crime neighborhoods with street credibility. The march will begin at Beckett Park and travel west on Page Boulevard to the Better Family Life Cultural Center on Page, where a rally is planned. Over 560 families in mourning in St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and East St. Louis will receive a personal letter, phone call, and invitation to participate in The Move.
The Move. Well, it's definitely something that impacts families for many, many years to come. So I'm glad to see something somewhat positive come out of it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's not necessarily having to do with crime, but the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency is doing an announcement.
Exactly. They recently announced its highly anticipated relocation will be delayed until April 1st. The spy agency plans to build a new $1.6 billion facility in the St. Louis region.
Nice.
Job creation.
Thank you. It already houses the agency at the old Arsenal site south of the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. Now, the city would lose more than $2 million in annual earnings and tax revenue if the agency relocated to any of the other 3 sites. In Jefferson City, members of the Missouri House recently endorsed a resolution calling for the U.S. government to help pick the St. Louis site. The legislation is, Senate is concurrent resolution 58. I think you can look at the resolution 58 and find a little bit more about that.
It needs to stay here in St. Louis.
Yeah.
We need that. We need that for this region and for this city.
I agree.
It's going to create so many jobs, so forth and so on, and that's what we need. When you find when people have jobs, the crime rates drop.
We need that, absolutely.
And you know what?
What?
You don't want to miss Longmire Sculpture Park's upcoming multimedia exhibition, Gigi Scaria Time. It marks New Delhi-based artist Gigi Scaria's first large-scale sculptural work exhibited in a public space abroad.
Now, his compilation is an attempt to observe the intricacies of the phenomena called time by focusing on social mapping, whether territorial, cultural, environmental, or of the hierarchies and systems of our global communities.
It consists of recent photographs, films, and a large sculpture inside the Whitaker Foundation Gallery at the Adam Aronson Fine Arts Center and Outdoors in Longmire's Museum Circle. For more information about all of this, go to Longmire Sculpture Park.
Yep, all right there on the screen. Check it out. You know where it's at the Adam Aronson Fine Arts Center on Museum Circle. And
12580 Rock Road.
And it's opening Saturday, April 16th. And it'll run through August 14th, 2016.
So you have plenty of time to check it out. I love Longmire. I love that big red sculpture. I love climbing up.
It's iconic, that's for sure. Speaking of icons, the St. Louis Zoo Association recently announced it's withdrawing its offer to buy Grant's Farm from the Bush family, partially because of the family's disagreement about the future of the historic attraction. Now, you know the 6 children of Beer King, August A., Gussie Bush, disagree on the farm's future, so it remains stuck in the courts, Gina.
That's unfortunate. Billy Bush wants to keep the property in his family, and his 4 siblings, however, favored the sale of the park to the zoo. The Zoo Association noted that the future ownership of Grant's Farm will involve protracted litigation and that it is in the best interest of the community, the family, and the institution for the zoo to withdraw its purchase offer.
Now, meanwhile, new details are emerging regarding the South County Animal Park's future. Billy Bush has submitted his plans for what he intends if he takes over ownership. The model he's proposing would increase concessions, bring in corporate sponsorships, and add big events. There'd also be a small brewery built for his Craftic beer business, and the Craftic headquarters would also be on this farm.
That sounds like a great idea. Small, authentic food shops would also be introduced, along with sponsorships, which would be sold, and festivals and other events would be added, and space would be marketed for weddings, luncheons, and corporate outings. Also, eventually, a mini theater, a photo gallery, children's playground, a 10,000 square foot pavilion, and a 4.5 million German-style tasting room and demonstration brewery would be added.
Yes.
How fun is that?
That would be awesome. I think having an event there would be good. Now,
absolutely.
Here's a real great feel-good story about a model turned retail manager and now a designer launching her own full-service fashion line. Veronica Richardson designs and sells custom clothing from her Fly Market collection and launched a new ready-to-wear line for spring. She also designs accessories and jewelry, blogs, and has a web channel that allows her to write about trends, life, and self-realization. Way to go.
And at 32 years old, she's soaring high. Richardson joined the Vogue Esquire modeling company in Chicago and traveled, seeing it as an opportunity to see life outside of East St. Louis. And after graduating from Lindenwood University with a degree in fashion design and business administration, she opted for a corporate job working in retail management for 10 years before successfully launching her own line. You can purchase Richardson's designs by visiting the She Salon at 4419 Olive Street or shop online at Fly, that's with 2 Y's, market.com. She has some really cute things. And if you've ever been into the salon, they're great. You know, a little bit more casual. It's not business wear, but definitely you look cute on a date.
Joining us now, looking absolutely adorable and fashionable, is Veta Thurman Jeffery of the St. Louis Regional Unbanked organization. So because it is a great organization, tell us a little bit more about what you guys do.
Absolutely. The St. Louis Regional Unbanked Taskforce is a collaboration of financial institutions, community organizations, faith-based organizations, and social service agencies that have come together for the main purpose of helping the unbanked get banked. When the FDIC did a study, St. Louis came in originally ranked in #1 as having the most unbanked individuals in the nation. Now, gratefully, since then, we've climbed 2 notches, but we have a long way to go. And in that, our efforts have made where we've opened about 4,700 accounts to the tune of bringing $5 million to St. Louis through our banking community. So we've made some great strides. We've just got a long way to go in terms of what we're trying to accomplish.
Is it true that 10% of the St. Louis population are unbanked and 33% of African Americans are unbanked still here in the city?
Yes, that is true. And so, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, why do you think that's occurring?
You know, I think there are a number of things. It goes back in history to where people have just not trusted banks. If you talk to people, we still have individuals in our elderly population who hide money in the refrigerator, hide money in the backyard,
in the coffee
cans, under the mattress, wherever. Then there's also this misnomer that if I put my money in a banking account, then the IRS is going to find me, and you're going to know all this money that I don't want to report.
Okay.
And so what we're trying to do is help people become more trusting and educated on how the banking institution works, and know that they're not these secret partnerships, excuse me, but they really can trust banks to help them not give away anywhere from 10 to 25% of their paychecks going to payday loan stores,
right?
federal
Absolutely.
loan stores, institutions like that. That's our goal, to help steer away from that.
And speaking of your goal, you've got some new initiatives on board.
We do. So actually, we're coming up on Money Smart Week 2016. Money Smart Week is actually celebrated nationally. And we're kicking it off with something really special this year. So April 17th, we're asking all pastors to preach a unified message dealing with the financial fitness of the family. What we hope to accomplish is, if we send out this powerful message where all churches are banding together to talk to their congregation about becoming good stewards and understanding what's intended for them financially, and through this they'll be asked to actually partner with banks, come to the over 100 classes that will be offered during Money Smart Week, and allow themselves to be walked through how to get ahead financially. We want everybody to be able to take part in the American dream and have the tools to do so.
Absolutely.
Too many times we tend to feel like we could figure it all out on our own. And we don't realize that the mortgage we're in is costing us money, or we don't even realize we can have the American dream of owning a home because no one's really talked to us about it.
I think the older we get, the more afraid or inhibited we are to ask those questions.
Yes.
So you guys provide this platform so that they can come to this, people can come to these classes.
Absolutely. So throughout the city and county, and even across the river, we actually have over 100 classes that will take place during Money Smart Week. And also, to kick it off, that Saturday, we're doing the St. Louis Children's Safari at the zoo. We have a wonderful play, Your Money Matters, that's taking place for all the families to come. And then we'll round off Money Smart Week with a financial empowerment fair and job fair that's taking place to help bring all of this together.
We see pictures of kids on the screen.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's where it starts.
Yes.
I used to teach, and one of the things that they've added to the curriculum here in Missouri is that all 9th graders have to take finance.
Yes.
And just to begin learning the basics about money.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the smartest things they've done. I think, and I think you all are helping out the community so much. It starts with the children.
Absolutely. We have wonderful collaboratives with organizations like Money Smart School of Finance for Children, where we offer stock market savvy children, where they can spend 7 weeks over the summer learning about the stock market. And all of this is a year-long effort to just keep people engaged at talking about money and make it so that it's not such a taboo.
So talk to us about Money Smart Week. When is it? When is
Money
it again?
Smart Week
how do we find that
starts
information?
April 23rd. It's April 23rd through April 30th. You can actually go to our website, which you should have, to talk about Get Bank. Well, they'll flash it.
Yeah.
To find out where all the classes are located.
Okay.
And then we'll also have calendars that we're going to pass out to all the churches so that people can actually go to the libraries, their churches, and all of those entities to get it.
What do we see here?
So this is talking about the play Our Money Matters. It's a wonderful musical where we'll come and find
with free admission.
It's free admission.
Yay.
Where they can bring the whole family and come out on Saturday, April 23rd. And they can go more to our website to find out more about what's going on.
That website is getbankednow.gov, and that is awesome. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, ladies, so much
Thank
for having
you for coming.
me. Absolutely.
I think wonderful information
Valuable
that our community
information.
needs.
That's what you find right here on the Daily Mix.
That's
so
right.
make sure you check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and drop us a line at thedailymix@stltv.net. We want to hear from you.
That's it for the Daily Mix, but keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis.
We'll see you next time.